Hello and welcome to another episode here of Submit Wrestling Cards. We are going to go through some international cards today. Something that I don't think gets nowhere near as much attention as it deserves. As always, I am joined by my fabulous co-host Kevin. If you want to go ahead and introduce
How are we
yourself
doing?
to the masses, please.
Oh, what a wonderful, warm reception from the master of ceremonies, Jack Lucidic. Thank you, everyone, for. God, that was cheesy as anything. How are you
I
doing,
know.
Jack?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just throw up through my ears, but you can't see because I got my hood up. Yeah, that was all right. That was fine. I'm sure people enjoy it. No, I'm doing well. I'm absolutely freezing, sat here in my little man cave. So I've got a heater on, but it's not on next to me, so I've turned it off because it's a bit loud. But otherwise, no, I'm good. I'm good. And how are you, Kevin? We're close to meeting up soon. We'll tell people about that in a
Very close. Yeah. Yeah, good. Still collecting like crazy. Trying to complete this book, which is one step forwards, two steps back, but it's good fun. And who knows what could come from it end of the year. Hopefully, it's good. But I've just enjoyed going through, picking up bits, trying to make it fun, light-hearted. And, it's not the Bible of wrestling cards, but hey, it's something out there. And, let's look at where wrestling cards have come from the last 4 or 5 years we've been doing this, Jack. Amazing now, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think we'll do quite a bit more promotion as we get closer to the time with the dates for this book's imminent release. But we'll keep some secrets held back from the masses. We'll keep it a surprise for most. Um, Okay, let's jump straight into a little bit of news that I picked up a couple of days ago, or I think 2 days ago. The rumor mill has spun up that Shane McMahon has been in talks with Tony Khan in regards to having some managerial position. I think manager of TV control or something to that effect of AEW. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Kevin, but this all seem very similar to what kind of happened with WCW many years ago. Just tell the people what happened with the WCW and Shane McMahon situation.
Yeah. A great storyline, basically. So it come about that Vince McMahon was set to buy WCW. Then the wrong McMahon contract was on the contract. The wrong McMahon name was on the contract, and it was Shane McMahon. uh, that time for wrestling, well, for me, 2001, 2002, that time was a great time, wasn't it? So
Hmm.
who knows? It's weird seeing a Shane McMahon or whoever else, Vince McMahon even enter or exit, should we say, WWE. But if they end up at AEW, that'd be something else, wouldn't it?
Hmm. So there's a few sort of
Something
we don't know whether or
unbelievable.
yeah, it is unbelievable. Yeah, we
At
don't know how true this.
AEW.
Oh God. Looks like there's some delay coming on. Yeah, we don't know how true this is. We don't know how legitimate this news is, but it's been picked up by a few different sites.
Yeah,
So we're going to see whether or not this has any fruit on it over the next few weeks. But we'll see. We'll see. It would be very, very interesting and incredibly fun to see if that was going to happen. So we'll keep an eye on it and we'll let you guys know if it does occur. Um, yes. So we'll see. Right. A little bit of news there. So we will get started with what today's episode is going to be about. So we are going to be looking at today the Catcher Quartet series of cards. Now, these are a German card game made by a company called Amigo Spiel. They ran from 1992 to 1993. They were split into kind of two sets, two series. And me and Kev thoroughly enjoy them, and we think they're amazing cards. And we're going to run through some of our favourite picks today. So I've picked a handful. Kev, you've picked a handful. I've mixed them all up as well in the set. So when we go through them, we'll be doing them sort of different each one each time. So yeah, we're going to spin through them, and I am going to do some technical wizardry here, and I'm going to share my screen if I can remember. I always forget. There it is.
yeah.
Share.
So we've done five of each, Jack. My best five versus your best five. It should be interesting viewing for the viewers. when I sent the images across to you, you were like, "Oh my God, why have you picked these?" But I'll talk about it. Then after you've seen my selection, you'll be like, "Oh, actually, I get that now." And for me, they're just great cards. So, right, this was your pick, yeah?
Yep. So this first one, so on the screen here, we've got Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and I think one of the things that you're going to hear us say a lot as we go through these cards is that they did choose to pick a lot of pictures that were from uh they weren't promotional photos. There are promotional photos in these, but a lot of these are kind of in action shots, which I think is always fantastic. So this here is a picture of Brutus in the barber shop in his zebra attire with the shears, and I just think it's a great photo. It's a great shot of he's got that sort of maniac look on his face. He's obviously walking to somewhere. I couldn't tell you where, but you've got the barber shop in the background, the fans sat behind him, and it's a fantastic shot. It's a brilliant shot, and it greatly shows the character that he had put together. And I think it's just a fantastic card. I don't know what your thoughts are on this one, Kev, but that's what I'm going
It just says to me the split up of the Rockers, late 91, early 92. Marty Jannetty going through that plate glass window, and
to.
we got Brutus a Barber Beefcake strutting his stuff around this time.
Yeah.
Again, we don't really see any images of this happening, or you don't see this Brutus card anywhere. It's an unusual image to use, isn't it?
Very much so. And again, we'll say that a lot. This particular photo wasn't used or hasn't been used really at all in any of the other trading cards. So I think that's what kind of allures me to it, which I think is a really good picture of that.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the next one. And next up, we have one of you. This one is one of my ones, actually, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So again, as I was just saying, they didn't use too many promotional shots. Here is a promotional shot. So there we are. Might as well shut my mouth.
Retro promotional shots. Yeah,
If you're wondering what the numbers are in the corner, they're something to do with the game, but because all the instructions are in German, I've got absolutely no idea how you play the game. But it is a card game. I think it's something like Uno or something to that effect. But no, the reason why I like this, it there was a time with the Doink character. Obviously, we had a few changes of people, wrestlers portraying it, but there was a time with the Doink character where they weren't really too sure whether they wanted to keep up making him the evil clown or just going into the kind of prank, funny, kid friendly clown. Now, I think everybody agrees that the evil clown was an awful lot better. And I think this picture purely and absolutely just epitomizes the evilness of the Doink character. Yes, he's got a big funny, fluffy hammer, and that was part of his gimmick, but even down to the sunflower on his lapel looking angry. It's just so good. It's such a great photo. And such a great, again, portrayal of the character. And I think it was a really, really good choice of just expression, pose. I think everything just works really, really well here.
yeah. I think you just topped it off all in one there, Jackie. Absolutely brilliant. And you've got like an evil clown here on the picture, but it could burst out to be a happy clown, almost bipolar like within a flash of a second, you know.
Mm.
That's how good Matt Bourne was at playing Doink the Clown.
And it very much was his idea to be the evil clown, but I think as it became a fan favorite and he was put over quite a lot, and the fans and the kids really kind of enjoyed it. I think they tried to tone it down as it went to Apollo. It kind of
Yeah.
turned into more of a family friendly clown, but I think I'm always going to appreciate that the real nasty, evil, snarling looking clown, which I think was just a brilliant idea. Such a great gimmick.
Invented by who? Jack, who come up with the idea for
Uh,
Doink the Clown? Can you
uh,
remember?
oh,
Got him.
you
I've got
get,
him, wrestling fans.
yeah, you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna remember it, but I can't remember it.
Tell him, Hawk.
Oh, yes, of course yes, yeah.
Legion of Doom Hawk, he come up with the idea of having an evil clown, and next minute he's seen Matt Bourne after one of his tryout wrestling matches blown out of his ass, and he's like, "You look like that Krusty the Clown dude off The Simpsons." Um, there we go. Bit of history. Oh, look at that shot.
I did put these in a. I tried to mix these up. I haven't done a very good job. So this is another one from myself. Okay, so this is early-ish Undertaker, a couple of years in. We are seeing him standing in the corner, and he's got his very sort of demonic, evil-looking expression, and he's sorting his gloves out to obviously to get ready to start a match. Again, I think the reason why I'm picking some of these is because they're just such great depictions of the character that they were trying to build.
Yeah.
Um, some of them not weren't so much in their infancy. I mean, Taker would have been it's printed in 93, but this probably would have been a good couple of years from the invention of the character. But already
Yeah.
at this stage, you can clearly see, he knows what the expression is, he knows the stance, he knows how to move. And this was another thing that he's always said has been really key to the Undertaker's character is how he moves and how he walked around the ring, and how all the poses, the Shakespeare, the old fashioned, and um, the sitting up and things like that. And I think this picture again, he's standing tall, he's looking very, very menacing, and he's sorting his gloves out, and it just depicts a huge amount of character just in that one photo, which again, ticks all the boxes for me. I'm a real sucker for some of the early Undertaker stuff,
I,
as we
I
know.
think it's one of his best in-ring poses, this, isn't it? I mean, we've got other poses where he's on one knee pointing up, or he's with Paul Bearer taking off the cloak.
Mm.
There's all sorts of other cards, but this one for me is like, this means action. This is wrestling. Um, it says 91, 92 WWF. That's where it is, isn't it? Right in that
Absolutely.
photograph.
Yeah, and again, it's not a photo that was widely used, and whoever was choosing some of the, I get the feeling that whoever was choosing some of the photos to use for some of the cards here wasn't a wrestling fan. I don't think they really,
Mm.
because there's some pictures they've chosen that are really, really common photos, but then there are other pictures they've chosen which were never used by anybody else, and always makes me think, wow, it's just amazing that they found these photos and they were happy to use them.
The only thing I could think with that was it a licensing issue with it being Europe and the United States. Would it have been different?
Well,
Mm.
Merlin would have had the access to them if
Yeah,
that was the
true.
case, and
Oh, yeah.
Merlin would have done or would have chosen similar photos, but a lot of these photos you just don't see anywhere else, and
Yeah.
it's almost like a photo out. The card. This is another thing that we'll talk about, in a moment, is the actual size of the cards. They aren't standard card sizes, which we'll come to in a moment. But they're brilliant for profile shots because they're so long. They're brilliant for profile photos
Full
because
body imaging. Yeah,
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 so you can get the whole picture, the whole sort of body in, and that's a really, really, I think, important decision to choose some of these photos because of the size of the card that they were printing on.
yeah. Great one. Yeah. Is this one? Oh, is this one mine or
This is
yours?
yours.
Oh, oh, that one could be mine because I've gone again with Doink the Clown, and that image that you shared of Doink the Clown is the evil Doink.
Hmm.
And this here now is polar opposite Doink, where he's laughing and ready to snap and turn into the evil Doink. So it would have been Matt Bourne behind this Doink costume, no two ways about it, because it's 92, 1993. I think he was gone, what could have been October, November of 1993. But it just, I can't really put into words how good like Matt Bourne played that character. And you've gone with the evil version, so I've gone with a happy version. And he's almost ready to split his face into that evil clown, where you used to see it on clips of Monday Night Raw, where he'd be laughing, really smiley, and then next minute he's like, "What are you looking at?" You
Yeah.
know, work in a crowd, I think is a word I'm trying to look for.
Well, it is. It's a great, again, great depiction of the character and the polar opposites of the character. And again, it's a full body photo because of the shape of the cards, which I think just works so well with these cards. Um,
Another thing I was going to say, if you're an artist and you want to draw Doink the Clown and you wanted a full body pose, you're not far off here. You could
oh,
say, I'm going to use this detail, I'm going to
mm,
draw off that.
no, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
Okay, so this next picture, one that I featured on the channel a few times. This is possibly one of my top five favorite cards of all time. I couldn't not have it in this list. So it's another Undertaker one. It's a very rarely used photo. It's one of Undertaker sitting up in the coffin and holding the flower of death, the white lilies.
mm.
Um, and he's got a he's rolled his eyes back. He's got a really menacing look on his face. But you just don't see the picture very often. It was featured in a couple of magazines, but it's never appeared on cards. It's never appeared on. Well, I don't think it's appeared on cards. I don't think I've seen it on any of the cards.
I'm trying to
Um,
think. I can't recall any.
but
Can't recall.
it's just again, it's a great shot of the character and how he's wanted to build on that character, and it's just a great card. And of course, I sent it for grading. It got a horrible grade. It got a 6. But we're not going to talk about that because we don't need to. So let's move on from that.
Damn grading companies.
Yeah. But great card. And considering there's no rarity difference in these cards, they were all printed to the same number. So all you need to do, there was 8 different packs that were released.
Mm.
4 were series 1. I know it says series 8 there, but that's slightly misleading. 4 were series 1, and then the other 4 were series 2. You just need to know which of the 8 boxes to buy to get the cards that you want. And some of the cards were duplicated. And we recently found out, didn't we, Kev? You found this out
Yes.
that some of the packs have changed. Tell the people.
Yeah, so with Series 1, that there is like a packet featuring the Ultimate Warrior, and I've gone to search out Series 2 and I found the Ultimate Warrior was replaced with Papa Shango. The cards are exactly the same inside, but obviously Warrior had gone and they thought, who do we put on the front cover? Papa Shango. Uh, in fact, I get a picture of all 8 and we'll just fill it in on the video now, where you see the standard 8 and I'll put the Warrior and the Papa Shango together.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely do that. Yeah, because it was something we'd overlooked, and you pointed it out the other week, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone raise it. And as soon as you pointed it out to me, oh yeah, completely overlooked it. It didn't wasn't even paying attention, and yeah.
The actual backs of the cards as well, because they're kind of like re-released into Series 2, um, where you'd have like a standard like red WWF logo like coming across. It's more of like an image of, I don't know, like someone doing a press slam or doing a suplex. It's
Mm.
really bizarre.
The,
So
the the backs of the cards tell you what the moves are as well. It's like drop kick
yeah,
and pin and
yeah, that's
body
it.
slam. And again, there is a way to play this game, but we've absolutely no idea.
Oh, that's a cool one.
So this was another one from me. So couldn't do any of this without showing off something from Bret Hart. Now this is a widely used promotional image. This was featured in the Merlin packs for '92, in the stickers, and I think it's also in the Black '92 SummerSlam. I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's widely
Around that
used.
time, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Widely used promo photo, but normally it's from the waist up, and you don't really get to see anything sort of lower down. Obviously, again, with these being more profile size cards, you get to see just a wider and a longer image here, so you do get to see more of the actual photo. But it's just a great image. Really
Yeah.
good image, really clear, really well printed, really well done, and yeah, just a great card.
But we'd have to track down the photographer for all of this and try and talk to him because what an amazing job. What are
Taking
you doing
photos.
today, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, like photoshopping Bret the Hitman Hart or something, or got the Undertaker in the office today. That'll be fun, Dad. You know? Oh, this one, your pick, isn't it?
Yeah, this is another one from me. I actually picked slightly more than 5, only because I didn't know if me and Kev were going to clash with our choices. So I think I've got 7. I was going to swap a few out, but we'll whiz through this one. Right. Hogan, '93, Monday Night Raw, probably one of the first few, I think was the first few episodes of Monday Night Raw. Um, yeah, it's just a great action shot. It's not a particularly widely used promotional photo of Hogan, but it's a pretty good photo, really. It's a good picture, and I think as well having the Raw logo in the background, um not long after, Hogan would have kind of walked away from the WF, and I think there's probably not much footage of him really being involved or being on part with the Raw programs. So yeah, probably quite a rare photo, probably quite a rare occurrence, but I think it's a great action shot.
Yeah, and this one reminds me of the like the mail away WWF Hasbro Hulk Hogan figure
Yeah.
with red ring attire. He was never like full on red like this, was he? He was more of like a yellow.
Mm,
Such a great pose, great shot of Hulk Hogan there.
yeah. No, very good.
Good. Oh, yeah. So this one is definitely my pick. Look at the face on Paul Bearer.
Mhm.
You don't have to. It just talks for itself, doesn't it? The whole card, the
Mm.
whole thing. And like, I never knew that. Well, Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer was like a prankster. Loved a good chat, and is a person behind this Paul Bearer character. I think it just like let's give him some credit how well he was as Paul Bearer and what was in the urn. That's my question, you know.
Yeah, I think they very much utilized the character um perfectly. I don't think there was much more that they could have done. I think with when they brought Kane in and Paul Bearer moved over to Kane and that created that rivalry, I still think that was done perfectly. And I think it was very much helped and pushed through by Paul Bearer
Bearer,
because
yeah,
how much effort it must have been to whenever you see the early matches of Taker and Bearers on the side, next to the ring, you can just hear him the whole time wailing and calling and shouting and not calling the match. He's not doing anything like that. He's just emphasizing the character, and he did the same when he went over to Kane. I think
yeah.
that's it's I liken it to Jimmy Hart and the microphone, the megaphone, just being loud, being present, and being there as part of the match. You're not there just on the
Drawing line,
sideline. You are part of that match, and I think it's a good skill to be able to do that.
yeah, drawing the eye as well, isn't it? Like the facial expressions you'd see when you think, oh God, this guy is someone you don't want to mess around with,
Mm,
But
mm.
as I say, deep down, probably one of the nicest guys in the wrestling business. But on screen, he did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, yeah, it's a great photo, and I think I have seen it. I think I've seen the photo used before. Can't picture it where it was, but it's still a fantastic piece of photography to show off the character. And again, this the whole set of Catcher quartets are like this. There's not many that are poor cards, and I think in each pack, there's like 40 cards in each pack.
It's quite a good number, isn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so if you get all 8 packs, you are looking at 200 to 300 cards, and they are all just top class cards as well.
yeah, damn right. Aha, Papa Shango. This one was yours,
Yeah.
Jess.
So this was one of the first cards when I was going through the decks, this is one of the first ones I pulled out, and I looked at it twice because I thought, oh, there's not many occasions where they've used a photo where he is swinging the skull, and I forgot that he did this.
Yeah,
I could remember it remembering back to matches, and he'd walk in with that smoking skull, but I can't remember seeing it on any of the cards. So seeing the actual smoke, and he's just about to walk in the ring here. I think he's just on the outside coming into the ring, and it's probably not the greatest facial expression from Charles. He'll probably look back at that and think it's a bit weak, but it's still a very stoic expression that he's got on his face, which was what Papa Shango was, very mysterious and dark and,
oh,
spoke in
yeah,
tongues and things like that.
yeah. But you'd be scared of watching him as a
Mm,
8, 9-year-old kid. It's like, oh my God, you
mm.
know. And
Well,
that is yeah, it's a whole lot to say in that image, isn't it? It's not just like a little corner of Papa Shango. That's like the whole card
yeah.
speaking to you right there. It's
Absolutely.
there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you a real feel for the character, and again, that the essence of what they're trying to achieve. And that's why I think I can't praise these sets enough because I always think they're massively overlooked, and I always think that people don't give them the justice that they
Yeah.
deserve until they see them. They overlook them, and then when they actually look at them, they go, wow, they're really good. And
Yeah.
until they get to that point, they just think, oh, it's probably some like top trumps, useless, regurgitated images. No, no, no. A lot of these images you would have probably never seen before, and that is true. It is absolutely true.
Not used. Oh, this one's my pick here, Ultimate Warrior. I think this image was used quite a bit, but it's like the return of the Ultimate Warrior. I'm sure he's on a 1992 SummerSlam card, the yellow back with this pose. But again, not the full, I won't say the full body, but like the arms and the waist. Ultimate Warrior, the return 1992. How could I not include this one? Man's a
But
legend.
yeah, it's a fan favorite. Warrior is always going to be high on the list, and
Yeah,
I think for the odd thing for me with this particular photo is that they've gone for a pure black backdrop because they used to do the old school photo backdrops where
yeah,
it was like a misty grey and that always kind of worked. So to go for like a pure black backdrop
yeah,
when they took the photo, quite a rare thing for them to do. But I think it works here because of the black face paint that he's got on. And everything else is so bright and colourful. It kind of draws you into his eyes because that color contrast to draw you right in, that piercing look. That's what
yeah.
makes that card so good.
Yeah, it reminds me of the 1990 Ultimate Warrior card that's got a similar pose, but I think there's more to this than that. As you say, like the black background, there's more on the face paint, there's more muscle, there's more about it.
Mm, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, what we got? Okay, that one.
Oh, Repo Man. Yeah. So the reason I chose this is the background more than the front. Like we touched on it with a Hulk Hogan card, and it's Raw, Monday Night Raw, the early days, and you'd have people like Barry Darsow, Repo Man wrestling most matches every week there. But I thought it's a Manhattan Center. Like, I honestly, I thought you'd have that Hulk Hogan card. That is like probably my favorite card, but I thought I can't choose it. But we've touched on it with that Monday Night Raw, the whole feel of 1993, and well, I could not say no to the Repo Man. What a great pose. In-ring pose, the arena, Manhattan Center. I had to include this one.
I think everything we've said about this set so far again fully applies to this. It's a
Yeah,
great photo. It's not very well. It's not overused. It's not um, like a bad taken photo. It's perfectly executed. The pose is great. It shows you that sort of pranking kind of character that Barry kind of evolved with the Repo Man.
yeah.
The kind of evil laugh almost, wasn't it? That even like Ted DiBiase sort of coined that evil laugh, and I think he was almost exactly the same. Um,
They marked it, didn't they? Both of them.
yeah, and
Their
I
own thing. Yeah.
really hit the nail on the head. And again, yeah, the background, seeing how life used to be, how we saw it on the screen. I think that's probably what it is. That's how we interacted with these matches because that's what we saw on the screen when we were watching them, and perfect reflection of that.
Yeah. Oh, nails. Yeah, so that one's not so much about the backdrop. This is the expression of nails, the nightstick in hand, the facial expression, like how like ruthless Nails was way back in what 1992.
Mm.
I just wish he'd stuck around for another year, got a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania or a few more Royal Rumbles under his belt. But for me, it's I don't know, just a great wrestling card and the pose itself, and it's one that we don't see often.
Yeah, again, it's almost like we're saying well, there's a reason why we're saying the same things about pretty much all of these
Yeah,
cards is because it's all true that the size of the card is enabling them to do profile photos and profile shots which work much better with in-ring photos because you get to see the character, you get to see what they're doing. And
yeah,
again, yeah, holding the nightstick, looking really aggressive. He's getting ready to use it on probably Boss Man or
big
something
boss
like
man.
that. Yeah, exactly. And it just there's a story with the photo which is being shown and told to you just from that one image. And that's what really, really helps these things sort of, I think, poke their head above a lot of the other card sets because of the way they're able to do that.
Do you know what else I love about it? You've got the WF logo on the
Right.
turnbuckle.
Yeah.
There's no WF logo on the front, really, is, and it's just like, oh, we'll get our logo in there.
Yeah, well, that's a good. It's another a good thing we've mentioned a few times where cards are really busy with borders and logos and loads of other things, and they don't really just let the picture speak for itself. With these, you've just got the name at the bottom, you've got the number of what the card is in the top corner. It doesn't really get in the way, and that's it. And the rest of it is let the photo speak for itself because the actual game itself is kind of on the back, I suppose. It's probably why they've done it.
Yeah, great thing. Oh, I think this is the last one. Yeah. So the Royal Rumble card. This is in one of the packs somehow. It's not a part of the set, if you like, but it's within the set. So that game, I
Mm.
don't have to say any more.
No, so this I found this actually appears in two of the packs. I came across it
Oh, right.
twice, and unless I've got a duplicate of it and I've put it in a pack, but it definitely appears in at least one. But I think now it appears in two of the packs. I couldn't tell you which numbers. Frustratingly, PSA won't grade it. I sent it to them. They sent it back. I don't know why they won't grade it. It's part of the same set as the others, but they just wouldn't touch it. They said they didn't have any. They couldn't verify it, which is
Oh,
annoying.
well. Yeah,
Um,
it's
but
there, isn't
But if you think of the number of trading cards, officially released trading cards that promote any of the pre PlayStation
it? Yeah,
era, Mega Drive, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, this is the only one I know of. There was there's a WrestleMania game card which I think came in a Nintendo Power, I think.
right.
But even that
What's
I
it?
think wasn't actually a card. I think it looked like a card. You could cut it out. It wasn't like a proper like a
Right.
perforated card. um so for me, I think this is great, promoting the game in the card game. I think what a great idea. And it's got all of it's got the icon for Nintendo, it's got the LJN logo, it's got the WWF logo, it's got the Nintendo seal of quality, it's got all this going for it. It looks amazing, and it is a card.
Yeah,
Great.
trading card. How's it in there? That's my question. But you think of the memories, the hours spent on Royal Rumble. I think at first we had it on the Mega Drive. My brother got it on the Mega Drive, and I remember picking it up really cheap for the Super Nintendo years back. And you know what? If I see that game today, it's like, wow, I've got to have a little go. They'll have it for the love of wrestling, so I'll be like, I'm having 10 minutes, mate. You know, I'm having a moment.
I just want to zoom in a second here. I've just spotted something. Oh no, no, no! Don't do that, please. Get rid of that off the screen. There we go. Um, is Mr. Perfect holding that chair, or is that? Oh, he is. I
All
saw
right.
this hand floating over the top, and then yeah, he has. He's got his hand around it. For some
Yeah.
reason, I thought they'd superimposed a chair into his hand.
Yeah, because you could use a chair on that game outside of the ring.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. So good. What an absolute trading card.
yeah. It's just great. So there we
It
are.
is. Yeah,
That's
that's my pick, is it? That's my five. Wow.
Yeah, that was it. We've
Yeah.
kind of whizzed through them. I think we could probably quite easily do another 3 or 4 episodes on some of the cards that are in this set, but we picked out some of the good ones. Um, yeah, they are German. You don't see them in America very often. You do see them here in Europe, in UK. But they are awesome. They are so good. And also, one thing I will say, they are fantastic for signing because the shape of the card, because of it being a long profile card, they can kind of sign diagonally, like along like there, and that just looks amazing when they do it. And I've seen them signed before. They look amazing. I'm going to get some signed. I'm getting my Brutus signed, which is that actual Brutus in this, or the first one we looked at. Uh,
Yeah.
that exact one. That's why it's in a penny sleeve. That one I will be getting signed, and I'm also getting the Billy Gunn rookie signed as well. I was toying with that or the Hasbro, and I thought I'll get the rookie signed.
Yeah. Damn
So
right. Yeah. So
you,
great card set.
it is.
We'll revisit it definitely. Filter a
Mm,
few more to the channel.
yeah, yeah.
That's my top five.
Absolutely. So yeah, there we go. Of course, leave your comments on
Yeah.
the video on YouTube or on Facebook. You know, we're continuing to grow. We're getting more and more sort of fans and people coming to the channel, which me and Kev
Real.
quite regularly just talk about how much we appreciate the fact that people are watching these videos and that you are interacting, and we think it's great and we love it. And we're just really happy to provide that little bit of entertainment for people on these things. And it's a really good space. If you're not in the Facebook group, come join us. We keep things quite light, quite fun, and it's quite quite a nice space there. I think it's a nice space.
We do have Twitter as well, or X, but I don't know, it's difficult to navigate that website at times of what's
Yeah,
going on. So we try and stick to the Facebook
that's it.
and the YouTube. We know where we're at there.
Yeah.
A
But
lot
there we
easier.
are. That's it. We'll wrap it up there and we'll call it a day. So it's bye from me, Kev.
And goodbye from yourself, Jack. So thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye for now. Bye. Yeah,
Cheers.
bye.